фінальний, заключний брифінг на сьогодні.
And the last briefing for today. This is going to be a presentation of the project. Who are these people? Portraits of faces of forced displacement people. And I invite Yevgenia Reznichenko, NGO Agency for Free Development from Kyiv. Also, we have Ms. Ronnie Labeda from NGO in Germany, and Esther Petrovska and Greta, who are participants of this event. Good afternoon. I'm president of the NGO Agency for Free Development. We are a small NGO working mainly with kids and teenagers. For some years, we have been cooperating with our German colleagues from ESV NGO. And this is not the first our project in Ukraine. For us, this is a large-scale project. It has been working for 6 months already. We are supported by our foreign partners, our European partners. The first meeting on the framework of this project will be tomorrow. The next meeting will be in Germany in January. Half an hour ago, we came across an idea. Before this, quite often we invited the IDP children to our events, and we observed that they are very proactive, they are very creative, and we found out that those children experience difficulties with traveling abroad. They had problems with visas. They were not allowed to travel by their parents. So while in Germany they experienced similar issues with the migrant children, and we decided to think over these problems as in a single context. So that's why we based our thinking on the years of the Second World War and the experience of the Second World War. And also we involved new experience. We decided to step back from standard labels like internally displaced people, migrants, etc. That's why we called our project Who Are These People?
My name is Ronja Labeda. I'm from Germany, and first I want to say thank you that I can be in this very beautiful city. I really like it. I'm from an organization called ESV. We're working with local youth, schools, and different kind of young people. And me especially, I'm working in East-West-East. We are having an international cooperation where we try to let people from the eastern part of Europe to meet people from the western part of Europe, so that there will be a shared culture, because we discovered that not many people know a lot about the eastern part of Germany. So we have a lot of partner countries in this area. And now we are making this project with Ukraine, so only Germany and Ukraine. And as you all know, we have a lot of we have the situation that we have a lot of refugees in our country, as you have IDPs here. So we wanted to exchange our ideas and how we think about this situation. And we also wanted to meet young refugees, like very talented, interesting young people who do not have so many chances to talk about themselves, because they're most of the time just seen as a huge crowd coming to Germany. They don't really have faces for themselves or voices for themselves, but they have really interesting stories to tell. So as our name is Faces of Forced Displacement, we want that young people can meet and talk about their situation, and that we who are not really shared their stories can listen to them and somehow understand their stories. Thank you.
Я забула сказати важливу річ. В нас була така неприємна ситуація.
I got to tell you an important thing. We had a quite unpleasant situation. We were planning to have a participant from Germany who's a refugee from Syria, but Ukrainian Immigration Service, the procedure is such that we have to send the invitation via Immigration Service, and the Immigration Service said we don't know what is the passport of a refugee, and that is why we could not invite him. The Ukrainian embassy in Berlin and consulate section in Düsseldorf were not interested, were not trying to help. So that's in the best Soviet traditions. When there is a procedure, you cannot step aside from it. Unfortunately, he could not come, but it is quite a showcase for our topic, because Ukraine is a signatory to the UN Convention, according to which he has a passport, but Ukraine ignores it. And we would like to give the floor to our participants so that they can talk about their impressions. I'm Esther. I'm from Kyiv, but I got to this project accidentally. I applied to ECHO project, but I was accepted here. I'm not sorry for that, because in fact that's very interesting. It's interesting not just for German youth, but for us as well. First of all for us, because we do not know who refugees or IDPs are, what these people want. Maybe they have some needs. It's good that in Ukraine we have organizations that help them, but there are very few of them. And the mass media do not really want to talk much about that situation in Ukraine, how many people like that we have. It was interesting for me, because every day we were contacting with them. We do not know what to talk to them about. Like, many people are afraid. They say, oh, you're Crimean Tatar, maybe you will beat me. Also, we discuss different topics. We communicate to Germans and to Ukrainians. We improve our English knowledge. This is it.
My name is Greta. I am 23 years old and I'm from Germany. I've never been on a project before, and I've never been in Kyiv before. I've never been in the Ukraine before, and I've never been in Eastern Europe before. So that's all new. And that's why it's really interesting for me. And first I want to say I'm really thankful for that experience. I prepared a short presentation to make my presentation a bit more vivid. The reason why I chose to participate in the project was that I think the topic is really interesting. We have our sessions where we have the opportunity to talk about our ideas and our opinions. This is to me really interesting. I wrote my bachelor's thesis about refugees in Germany, so I know quite a lot about that. But to be honest, I didn't really know that much about IDPs. And also, this is just, I really wanted to know more about that. I really wanted to know more about the situation in Ukraine, and I really wanted to hear different opinions and different ideas. And that's what we can do. That's what we've done the past days, and that's what we're going to do today and tomorrow. This is amazing. We also got the chance to get first-hand experiences as we talked to a person who lived in Crimea. He told us about his experiences. We also talked, for example, with a person working in an organization for IDPs, a voluntary organization, and many more. This was even more easy for us to understand and like to really understand what is going on and what happened. Of course, we also have fun time. We organized a German night. Our Ukrainian friends organized an Ukrainian night yesterday. We show each other our culture. We experience Kyiv, and what is amazing is that our Ukrainian friends, they show us Kyiv and Eastern Europe from a tourist perspective, from a native perspective, not from a tourist perspective. And that's why it's really, really interesting for us to come here, because we see so much more than we would have seen when we were just by ourselves. Basically we are 30 young people from Ukraine and Germany. We met in Kyiv, we discovered each other's cultures, we worked together, and we had a really, really great time together. And the best thing is, in January, we will continue our project in Germany, and we'll have the opportunity to show our friends from Ukraine our culture and our country. Thank you very much.
Жень, до тебе перше запитання. Розкажи про механіку.
Could you tell about how these people were selected to participate in the project? We had an open selection. Ukrainian participants sent their presentations because we have a multimedia project. We wanted to start from that. They were sending their videos. German group, they have a big organization. They selected some participants from their participants that they've known, and some they were looking for via open selection. Will this be the same program in Germany in January, or will it be different? It will be symmetric. They will be again researching the situation with refugees in Germany. We have more experts on multimedia, and they have more experts on theater, and they will have more artistic instruments. And you also mentioned about the experience of work with the refugees after the Second World War. How could it be transferred to the situation in Ukraine today? That is what impressed our participants mostly. We were looking at some newspapers of the Second World War, the statements of some officials. What impressed them most, that attitude of countries to people who are looking for refuge has not changed since then. Back then they were saying, like Jewish refugees from Germany, and they were saying that they could be the agents of Nazism. And here now people say that the refugees from Donbass could be separatists, and refugees from Syria could be terrorists. And such attitude is like the stereotype that has been in existence in the past and now. Any other questions?
This is Yemets Maria from Ukraine Crisis Media Center, and first of all I would like to tell about my great respect to your idea to address the topic of World War II, because it's a very difficult topic to discuss, I suppose, between our two countries. You understand why. This is the first thing that I would like to tell. And my question is it right that now just some young people from Germany came to Ukraine just to communicate with IDPs and Ukrainian youth, and then we will have the same Ukrainian students going to Germany to communicate? There is no refugees from Germany who came to Ukraine as well with this group of youth. Is it right?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, we really wanted to take one of our members of our group who has a refugee background here, but we had a lot of problems with the Ukrainian embassy, so it unfortunately it didn't work. But they will be there for sure and open for any questions when the Ukrainians will visit our organization.
So you're going to invite Ukrainian IDPs to Germany?
У нас друга частина проекту.
The second part of our project will be in Germany, and during this second stage of the project, the German side will include the refugees into the membership of the group, which will work from Germany. As for the goals or objectives for the next year, by the end of this year, we wish first to finish with the multimedia stories. We will post everything on our websites and Google, in Facebook. This will be stories about very interesting people. We will disseminate these stories. We hope that they will raise interest to this topic. And now we are thinking about the second stage of the project in Germany in January. This is the longest horizon of our planning. Thank you for this. We have finished our working day. Tomorrow, our press briefing will be at 12:30. We will have a representative on the ATO related issues.